Dismissed with cost as expected. 3 judges came in. It took less than 5 seconds. They ran that judgment. They read the judgment. Judge Mnguni read it out on behalf of his other 2 colleagues. They said former President Jacob Zuma's application for leave to appeal is dismissed with cost. Also, his co-accused French arms company Thales, their leave of application was also dismissed with cost. But right now we are joined by Mpumelelo Zikalala. He's a lawyer from Zikalala Attorneys. Babu Zikalala, thank you very much for your time. Many people will say it was to be expected.
Greetings to you and your viewers. Yes, you could, as explained earlier, the attitude that was delivered or seen from the courts when they were arguing, you could see that the court was not causing up to the arguments that were raised by former President Zuma's lawyers. As expected, they said, no, we don't see any prospect of success. We are dismissing your appeal.
So where to from here?
From here, you petition the Supreme Court of Appeals and you say to them, your predecessors or your fellow colleagues in the KZN High Court have dismissed my application. Please look at the merits. If you can come to a different conclusion, please allow me to argue in front of you, the Supreme Court of Appeals.
How difficult will that be for the former president and his legal team? Because if a full batch of judges dismissed him twice, what are the prospects of success at the Supreme Court of Appeal?
You could say that the prospect of success are slim. However, it would depend on the papers. It may be that a new set of judges will come to a different conclusion. It purely depends on how they see the matter. It purely depends on how they view the reasons for the appeal going through. And if they're of the opinion that they may come to a different conclusion, they may say, come, let's hear you. On papers, you are good. We want to see when it comes to your vocal evidence. Are you going to be able to convince us?
So he will go to them with the same arguments of political interference, that claim, as well as the issue of delays in charging him. Some people will say those are not new arguments. They've failed in court over and over again.
But this time they will say, we have raised these arguments before. However, the court is failing to see the importance of those arguments. Look at the cases that you have quoted earlier. Look at the arguments that you have advanced, because even the record is going to go up to the Supreme Court of Appeals. Please see that we have tried by all means to explain to the KZN High Court that this is the reason for the appeal. Please come to a different conclusion.
The state has said it's ready to proceed with trial on the 4th of February 2020. We are meant to come back to this Pietermaritzburg High Court. What does this outcome mean for the start of the trial?
I think when it comes to former President Zuma's legal team, they still have an option of petitioning the Supreme Court of Appeals, as stated earlier. However, we must note that come 15 December, the court is going to go into recess and only open up in January. So there's going to be a bit of delay. I don't think they will be ready if they say we want to petition the Supreme Court of Appeals to be ready by February. They may have to say February was the date that was selected. However, we still want to exercise our constitutional right to have this matter ventilated at a higher court. We are not ready. We want to go to the Supreme Court of Appeals. Please allow us time, and then we'll only come back at a later stage.
Okay, Baba, thank you very much for your time. That is Mpumelelo Zikalala. He's a lawyer for Zikalala Attorneys, basically giving us his analysis when it comes to this judgment. Many people say it was expected that the former president was going to lose his application. His lawyer last week, Advocate Moses Kakane, senior counsel, did say in court that he was facing, quote unquote, a hostile bench.